Oh, it seems that I have come across a village.
Hi, how are you?
And you're a sign. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now today, I'm going to be showing you guys the top 5 Minecraft HUD improvement mods. Make sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and check out my website, link in the description. Anyway, enjoy the video. First up on the list is the pack display mod. Now this mod adds a little HUD element in the top left corner by default that shows the name and picture of the texture pack that you're currently using. Now you can see if I change it, it will change as well. Gonna just hit done, and there it is, default improved. Now this mod is very useful if you are a content creator or streamer, video creator of some sort, and you want to stop having to answer the question, what resource pack are you using in this video? What resource pack are you using? What resource pack are you using? If you're a bigger content creator, obviously you'll get even more of those questions, so that's where it can be useful. I'm going to start using this mod in my videos, even though I haven't ever gotten that question. I still think it's cool to know. To configure the pack display mod, type in /packdisplay. Press enter, and you can click on it to drag it around, put it wherever you want. I'm going to put it in the top right corner because why not? You can disable it completely, but that's sort of pointless because if you disable it, what's the point of having the mod? You can show the background, so the little gray box that might make it easier to see if you're on a white background. And you can disable or enable the thumbnail of the resource pack. To exit and save, just press escape. Next up on the list, we have the sidebar mod. Now the only thing you can really notice that's different here is that the sidebar has moved from the right side of the screen to the left side of the screen. Now that is precisely what this mod does. You can move your sidebar around anywhere you want. Now you might want to do this because you just want it somewhere else for some reason, or if you have an HUD mod that is covering up the right side of your screen that for some reason you can't move, or if you have some reason that you want an HUD element over there and you just want to move the sidebar. It is a really cool mod and it's really small. To configure the sidebar mod, just type in /sidebar mod. Press enter and you'll see a few buttons come up. You can press reset position to move it over to the default right side of the screen. You can click and drag it to move it around wherever you want. Let me just put it right above my head, even though it's going to stay there. Even if I go into first person, it'll be pretty annoying. You can turn off the sidebar completely, so if you just don't like seeing it or you don't really care about them, you can turn that off. You can enable or disable the red numbers here, which when you're playing on your own server usually is for counting the number of oofs like I have here. So number of deaths, this is actually my number of deaths, and if you disable that then you won't be able to see it, but sometimes in servers it can just list on the side numbers that have nothing to do with the sidebar itself, so you might want to turn that off if you're playing on one of those servers. And just to save, just press escape, and you'll see if I turn my HUD on, now it's right above my head, and if I turn it off, it's still in the center of my screen. Really annoying, but it is there. Next up on the list, we have the keystrokes mod. Now you can see that in the top right of my screen, it shows a little keyboard that shows what keys are pressed on my real keyboard in real life. Now it only has WASD in this current state of the mod, but it is pretty cool having a little keyboard up there so that your viewers, if you're a content creator, can see exactly what you are pressing. Now, it is, once again, a pretty small mod that is great for one little thing, and it's highly configurable. So let me tell you how to configure it. You type in /keystrokes mod, press enter, and here you go. You can disable and enable the keys, but once again, as I said, with the pack display mod, if you have it off, what's the point of having the mod? Now you can enable and disable the mouse buttons, so you can see when I'm left clicking and right clicking and all that stuff. You can enable and disable the space bar to see when I'm pressing space or not, which apparently doesn't work in the menu. You can enable or disable the CPS counter as well. Now the CPS counter, CPS stands for clicks per second, so it can tell you how many clicks you do per second. I'm just going to keep that off because I don't really see the point in that. Chroma, it makes it look like this, have a nice wave effect and be all rainbowy, but if we keep that off, we can edit the text color with our RGB and we can see how that works, and then we can edit the text color when it's pressed. Now, of course, we can make it bigger, and that is way too huge, but I guess if you have a really big screen, you might want it that big, and smaller. Now, I'm going to put it on the bottom right of my screen because, I mean, why not? And that's cool. Just press escape to save it and enjoy the keystrokes mod. Number 2, and next on the list, we have the Chroma HUD mod. Now you can see an example of it right here on the bottom left of my screen. It shows my URLs for YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer in a beautiful rainbow. That is pretty much what the Chroma HUD mod, at least its name, prides itself on. The beautiful chroma wave and static chroma that it has in the mod. Now, this mod has endless possibilities. You can put text wherever you want on your screen. You can put lots of cool things. You can have your armor, you can have your arrow count, lots of things. So let me show you how to configure it. You're just going to want to go ahead and type in /chroma HUD, press enter, and you can click this new button down here. Then you can see this color palette down here will let you select the color that you want these items to be. So let's make this a nice blue. We can set the color mode so we can have chroma, wave, or static, and we can use RGB sliders. Now you'll see better when there's a preview up in the top right after we hit change items and add a new item. Now these items all will work perfectly, and if we hit explore, we can see some examples. So it'll show your coordinates, you can see your arrow count, your potion effects that you have on you, your ping. Obviously I have none because I'm on a local server. The direction that you're facing, your clicks per second, your frames, your text, whatever you want, time, which I believe is real life time. Yes, it is. Armor. So, like I said, the armor that you have on, and your sword, your bow, and your arrows, and the number of times that you've clicked in this world, so a click counter. Now, again, all of these items function, and you can add them just like this. Let's make a coordinates thing. We can make them vertical or horizontal. I like it vertical, so let's keep it vertical. We can add decimals. I like having it on 0 decimals because, I mean, why not? It just looks a little bit nicer. And if we hit back, we can change the position. So let's put it in my top right. Now that's where my pack display is, so we'll put it in the top left, hit save, and as you can see, we can make it chroma, wave, like I was using down here for my links, or we can have static, which is what you see on most Minecraft servers. We can change the scale. I'm going to keep this on 100 for now, and I'm going to set the color to color palette, and we can have a beauteous blue. Now if we just hit back and escape, you can see that it's worked, and as I run around and as I fly up, you can see my coordinates changing. This has been the Chroma HUD mod. Number 1 in our final spot on the list is the Better HUD mod. Now you can see, whoa, the HUD has exploded pretty much with new additions. We have a compass up here, we have our coordinates, we have our biome, we have our light level, our amount of players, what server you're on, millisecond ping, and frames per second. This mod has a lot of features and a lot of uses. Now, you can see whatever block you're looking at, it doesn't matter how far away it is, which is also something that I like about it. It will tell you with this little Wayla-like menu. Yeah, who needs Wayla anymore? It'll tell you how far away the block that you're looking at is. So we can see that if I look right on the horizon, that block is 155 blocks away. We can see a lot of information that you could not see normally. We can see our saturation, our hunger levels, and lots of stuff like that. So let me just really quick tell you how we can configure it. To configure this awesome mod, click on the keybind that you have set in the miscellaneous section of your controls menu. I have it set to my number 2 button on my number pad, and here you can see the settings for all of the different elements that this mod has. I'm going to turn off my frames. What about our food and health stats? I can turn off distance, coordinates, connection, and whatever we want. Now you can see that whatever I've unchecked has gone away, and if we head back into that menu, we can actually go to options, and I'm going to do it for arrow count. Now we can select our positions if we switch to absolute position rather than just right or left, and we can pick and drag it around. I'm going to have it right beside my hotbar. Perfect. It has different configurations based on what element it is. So you can see if we have armor bars, there's all sorts of different configurations down here than we had on the arrow count. And just like Chrome HUD, I'm going to have a completely other video on this just to show you all of the cool features. Now that, guys, wraps it up for the top 5 HUD mods video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a big like, subscribe, check out my website, and see you guys next time. Bye!